I want to share this with someone. Maybe this my thoughts and some of the things that I have been through, and sometimes the things that I revisit, because sometimes you can go through things um, over in different seasons of your life, But I want to share this with you because someone needs to know that they are not alone. you know it might seem like you're alone. It might seem like um people around you is not shifting, and you lonely, doing right. You lonely on the way to the top. You lonely on the way to becoming whoever you becoming. You're lonely, and sometimes it's frustrating, and sometimes it's overwhelming because you don't have that circle of people or that friendship or those friends that's going where God is taking you. So it's certain things that you cannot talk about with your circle of people that you was able to talk about before, or certain situations that you cannot share because they are not relatable and they can't relate, and they really, it kind of can rub off like they don't care. But it's not that they don't care. It's just that they don't see things the way that you see things, because God have in changing your eyesight on how you see things, on how you handle people, on how you react. A lot of people cannot go when you are becoming. And I know sometimes it feel lonely. I go through this all the time, and God have you in isolation, and then you feel like when you come out of isolation, is nobody around to talk to. Your circle of people are not your circle of people anymore. And I just wanted to share with you that you are not alone. Even when you think you're alone, you're not alone. God is there. The void, the circle of friendship, a significant other, parent, mother, um, father, children. When you're alone, you're not alone. So fill that void with God present. You know, um, give God that time. Give God that intimate time with Him. And it's very lonely. It's very lonely. It's sad sometimes. Sometimes I be in a ball of tears. Um, but I know that going back to how I used to be is not even an option. Like, I wouldn't dare even think about going back. So as I press forward, I'm constantly trying to figure out how things can change, how it can, you know, how I can see change, how things can change in my lifestyle, how things can change to where I can see the change by me walking on a, right path, or by me seeking, or by me, being obedient. Where's the change, or where's the people? Where's my crowd of people? Um, it gets like that. It's very heavy sometimes. And I always say being the first, carries a lot of weight, you know, but you're not alone even when you're alone. God is equipping you to become the person who He's calling you to become. And He is equipping you for what's next. And that alone season that you think that, you're alone, you're not alone. It's things that you need to see correctly. And sometimes when people be around you, things can look a little different. you know Things can look a little cloudy. You can have a cloudy day every day. You get what I'm saying? Or a cloudy vision, and God trying to clear your eyesight. And also I want to speak on letting go of those people that you choosing to not let go. Sometimes that matters, and it plays a big part of your growth and where God is taking you. You don't want to be in your own way, but I just wanted to speak on that because that was so heavy on me today, this morning, and I've been in a ball of tears. You know, it's very lonely, but what God is doing in you, like you got to ask yourself, do you trust what God is doing with you, what God is doing in you, and who God is doing it for? My video cut off, but who God is doing it for, but he's working through you to do it for others. Because your testimony is not always about you. It's about other people. So, you know, and things that we go through sometimes, God do not take us through things. How can I put this? It is not happening to you. It's happening for you. But I kind of just wanted to share that with you all because, you know I was all over the place before I did this video, but it gets lonely, it gets heavy, and you get to thinking like, you know, going back is not an option. So how can I push forward? You get what I'm saying? Or how, or is what I'm doing is not enough? If it is it not right? You know, we get to having all these type of thoughts in our head. But I just wanted to tell someone that you're not alone. You know, even when you're alone, you're not alone. God is in it with you. And I wanted to share this. This just came to me as I'm doing the video. I don't know the scripture exactly, but I know that it says when God do something in you, he will finish it. You know, God don't start anything that he do not finish. So if God change your life around, if God change your circle, if God have changed your the way you see things, the way you speak, the way you understand, the way you receive things, the way you download things, if God have changed you and is changing you, and you're lonely and you're feeling overwhelmed because nobody is around and nobody can be a part of that process, trust God, because God is doing something in you. You know, he's equipping you for the promise. He's equipping you for the next. He's equipping you for the future. And you're not alone. You know, if God started something in you, if he started to change you to be a better person, you think he's going to leave you right there? No, he's going to walk with you throughout that process. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But I just want to get on here and share that you are not alone, and that things might feel heavy because sometimes you're the first. You're the first in that friendship, that family, the home. Sometimes you're the first. So sometimes things may feel a little bit heavier than what, you know, than what you think you can bear. But God is with you. You're not alone.